Welcome to BBC Podcast, Tampering with Tucci again. Today, we got another King's Table. You already know, familiar faces. I'm going to run the intro, ran it over to JP.
Oh, baby, you so juicy. Juicy, yeah, yeah. Do you mind if I slide? You like the way I work you out. I don't mind if you tease me now. My lady, you deserve a crown now. I like it when you take it to the ground. Do your dance, mommy. Yes. Honey, I like the way you work for me. The way you move your ass got me going down. You got it, girl, you got it.
Everybody make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the merch, bbcmerch.com. Share the video. Hit the notification button so you're updated on every video we drop. And let's introduce our returning guest.
We got Scout in the house.
That's right. Yes, sir. It's your boy Dom Keith. You know I'm back. And I just started a Instagram, Thoroughbred LLC, so y'all can follow me over there.
You already know.
And yeah, we run a Scout Fragrance though. That's what we doing.
That's exactly how it. That's exactly what we do. Yeah, Scout Fragrance, scoutfragrance.com. Support young black entrepreneurs, especially BBC Podcasts, because they're creating a platform where people like us can come on and talk about business and really, again, without a product, how can you support anybody? So at least if you have a product and you like the content that we're putting out, go to our website, check it out, and then you can support us that way. And you get a fragrance on top of it. So
Yep.
reach out to us, support us.
So basically what he's saying is like subject today, maybe a lot of you guys out there like lost, like you see the opportunities online. You guys want to do something like that, something similar to what they're doing, something similar to what we're doing, and you don't even know where to start. And this episode right here is going to cover on why networking is really important and the type of position that'll put you in your life and the lifestyle that you live. Being like, first question I would say for you guys, how would you guys recommend somebody right off the bat that's just like, don't have too many friends, it's like an introvert, like just don't like to get out and really do much, but they have the capabilities of it, you know what I'm saying? If they apply themselves, they could be able to get like some editing done, chop it up with people and get some stuff done, like get the footwork done. Like, so how would you recommend they start?
You know, I think it was funny. It's a good question because Keith reached out to me and was like, hey,
Yeah.
we worked together at SoFi back in the days, but we had always touched on making content and being on the creative side versus on the consumer side. Because if you're on the phone just scrolling, you're just consuming content.
Yeah.
But at least if you're on the creative side, then if you do get on the phone, you're looking at your own stuff. How can you improve it? How can you, bring more value to the table? And when you're asking about, well, what can somebody do who's introverted or somebody who wants to get started, you got to reach out. You know what I'm saying? And I always had thoughts of creating some sort of fragrance or a product, but I needed help. And I was building my base when it comes to, finances and having the resources to be able to get something started. But Keith reached out and he was like, hey, man, like I'm ready. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So, the main thing is reach out to somebody who you see or have somebody who's like-minded. Just like you guys, like I'm sure you guys have things that you guys are like-minded on. Yeah, and then it's like, all right, so how can we put that energy out there for people to gravitate towards? And like I said, you got to be able to monetize it. You can't just be doing it just to do it. Yeah. But we'll get into more of that. But yeah, Keith reached out. We decided to create Scout Fragrance. And again, my whole thing is offering a product that's affordable because fragrances are expensive.
Yeah.
And now you have an option to get something even as a gift. And you spend $20-$30, but now you have something that's travel friendly and all that sort of stuff. But again, be on the creative side, not on the consumer side. And if you're curious or if you feel like you can bring value, reach out to somebody who's like-minded and then go from there. But you got to start somewhere.
And see, that's what I like about your product because you even offer like to the people that can't afford much at all. You afford the little joints. You know what I'm saying?
That test drive, man, that it really makes a difference.
And they last like a good month,
That's
and that's if you use it every day.
That's the real fragrance. I'm getting the real thing, and that's why I'm shooting content and getting the reviews, and that's kind of the lane. It was funny because Keith and I, when we were driving up here, that was what I was telling him. That's the lane I really want to create is reviews. You know what I'm saying? Like having the fragrance and really getting reviews, because sometimes you go online and you read reviews, but it's not the same as actually seeing people's reaction to it. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I just don't. I feel like a lot of what's being put out is not really authentic.
Yeah.
So we literally just go out there with our cameras and with our mics and say, hey, what do you think about this fragrance? And that's kind of like the I'm trying to create that lane for Scout Fragrance.
Okay.
Yeah. You're talking about the introvert, to go back to that.
Yeah.
If I feel introverted sometimes, Yeah, I do.
So, I mean, would you feel like, I mean, the fact that you actually spoke up to, like, and mentioned it to Eric, I was like, that's kind of like you actually took the step to actually.
Well, I knew him personally. This is my guy.
So it's a little easier to talk to.
It's easier to talk to. So if you introverted, just find somebody you're comfortable with, or like something you're doing, say basketball or tennis or
sports or something.
Sports. But as
have
you
some common ground,
you could go out, do the activity, but then talk about something that you actually like trying to move forward with somebody, talk about a business aspect while playing basketball. Just don't talk about basketball.
Yeah.
See what the person is actually about.
That's how, I guess, like you said, build the common ground.
If you party, if you go to the bar, you might talk to somebody about the product that you're doing and producing. You don't know what they're into, so that's how you.
I think it's better if you have common ground.
Yeah.
Because if you just hopping in there just because he's trying to do something, you like, oh, there might be some money behind it. All right, let me get in too. Yeah. Your passion's not going to be there.
Right.
Can y'all explain on like whether, obviously I'm pretty sure like he know people you don't know, you know people you don't know. How does that help? How do you help you guys as a team, like networking? Like you have connections he don't have, you have connections you don't have, like.
Well, think about it like this: we're here on the BBC podcast. I know you
right,
from way back.
And I didn't know you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So yeah, definitely. When you're networking and you're reaching out to people that you have a vision, or you share a vision, or you want to create something, then the people that they know, you end up getting to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I've met people through Keith, and he's really good at just being active. Let's say if I'm so focused on the fragrance content, he's out there like, hey, go check out our website, and he's handing out stickers, and because sometimes I'm distracted, with all the stuff that I got going on in the background. So and then the same thing, like he's helping with the content and the editing, and you can't do it all.
Yeah.
So, and I know with you, you know what I'm saying? You have points that you bring up, and then Chris does his thing. So really, teamwork makes the dream work. You hear these things all the time, but when you actually implement it,
it makes sense. Like,
okay. It's crazy, but it's just, you gotta reach beyond yourself. And don't be afraid to talk to people. And it's funny too. When we do our interviews, people light up. Yeah, they light up. When you watch our interviews, you go and check them out. Like you see when people that are genuinely interested in fragrances, and you're like, hey, what would you rank this on a scale? You could tell that they're interested, but it just takes that initial
approach.
Yeah, that approach. Like, hey, we have a YouTube channel. Do you want to be on it? And then they're like, oh yeah, and then they kind of open up from there.
Yeah, you gotta live out your comfort zone. If you don't live out your comfort zone, you're never gonna grow or develop. Okay.
That's what I was actually gonna lean towards next, because like there's a lot of people that don't want to get out of their comfort zone, and instead of trying to get out to do it, they're trying to figure out a way. How can I still just be in here and closed inside and still make some money and just without doing shit?
Show, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
No, I heard of it.
Well, it's a show where this dog, he's scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? To save, but he still have courage to. Save the people he loves. So, it takes courage to, to gain, take the step forward. Courage play a big part. Like bigger, better confidence. That go hand in hand.
Yeah, for real. BBC.
But I think with nowadays, I don't know. Would you still call yourself an introvert, even though, say, your phone is like you don't really go out? But your phone is still connected and networked with a whole bunch of people, would you still consider that being an introvert?
Wait. I'm gonna get into something kind of deep. I watched this.
Because you're still saying to yourself.
Yeah, but you communicate with a bunch of people.
Yeah, but it's not in person though.
It's the way you communicate.
It's not in person. Like you would feel comfortable approaching someone. An introvert, like, I'll just take your information. I'll hit you up.
Okay, I see the difference.
I watched this thing where it talks about how I think it was on a Netflix special. There's some kind of talks about the dangers of social media and content, and the bad side of it, so to speak. And there's like an avatar that's a digital voodoo doll, and it wakes up and it knows kind of like how to keep you on the platform because it wants to feed you ads and it wants to feed you, just anything that it deems that will keep you on that. So when it comes to, again, thank you for watching our content. We love y'all. And we're trying to give you some game. Yeah. But don't just consume. Create. Yeah. That's my whole thing is create a product, figure out what you're trying to, because if you provide value to the viewers, then you can eventually maybe get some revenue from that. But then you're not just sitting up there just scrolling for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I get if you want to detox, if you want to kick back and take a little time off because we all have busy lives. That's one thing. But don't just sit up there scrolling just to scroll. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. Like, talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't be
get off your phone.
Don't be afraid to reach out.
Yeah, somebody has a shirt on like this shirt. Like I like the Tyson BBC shirt. I was like, yo, I would like to get one of those. I'm gonna support my friend and buy a shirt. So don't be in your world where you're like, oh well. Don't be afraid to support people that are making content or ask a question. Don't overthink.
Don't overthink.
I think overthinkers too. That actually people
stops them from making the move.
They're scared to make the move. They overthinking it too much. I get what you're saying.
We're just human. We all like-minded people. Most of us.
So what would you say to people that, once again, don't want to take the chance? Like they just scared of failure. Like they have the mindset, they ready to go.
Michael Jordan was the biggest failure. I mean, without failure, there's no success. I mean, you have to fail. Like, without failure, no success. If you look at all the greats, Albert Einstein,
you're going to
fail.
There's no way around it.
The scientists, they fail multiple times to make a COVID vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta fail. Don't be scared of that failure.
Yeah, man. Some sick monkeys die for y'all.
What they call it, failure is just a learning experience. It's not no such thing as failure.
You turn
an L into a learning experience.
Exactly. It's L. I just think that a lot of times it's people are in their head, and instead of being in reality, they live through this altered reality where they think this is going to happen or
they manifest it.
Yeah, like they're not really in reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just live and see where it goes from there. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like give it a try.
Yeah, don't be afraid to take the chance. Like,
no, man. Like,
I'll say
if you fail, you're gonna learn something.
Right.
If you win, you're gonna learn something.
Right.
It's a learning experience.
I'll say, like, for example, like if you could share how you changed your habits, like in used to doing this and now
I used to be afraid to make moves and shit, like to pretty much how exactly what we're speaking on now, to start a business. Like he'll present me an opportunity, like, hey, you want to get in on this? And I'm like, man, fuck, how much?
Yeah,
3 G's.
What do they call it?
Look at my bank account, like I know I got it, but damn, am I prepared to lose it? Like, if it wins, then it wins.
And it's an investment. It's not even a loss. But sometimes we quick to buy them rims or that chain,
and not even think about it.
Not think about it. Right? That pack
not
of
even ask
smokes
questions.
or whatever.
Them J's 300. All right, fuck it, I'll get them.
Exactly.
And then motherfucker asks for 300 to start a business. You like,
yeah.
Is it gonna work or?
Don't trip. I'll cut this out.
Nah, it took me a minute to get it out of that phase, but it was just like I got tired of like. He would like I said, he would present me with opportunity, like, hey, you want to get in on this? And I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, not this time. I'll pass. And then he'd do it and it blow, and I'm like,
damn, yeah. I think they condition us that way, man.
And then
society.
And then the funny thing is, the next two things that he presented me with, I got in on, and they both failed.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
But that was like, fuck. All right. Well.
Try again.
Like after you make that first step, it's easier to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know what's gonna happen. It's easier you're gonna win or lose. Like, don't be afraid to fail. Like,
no, they talk about that. They said it's
and it's like you're investing in yourself. So you have to have that confidence to pretty much step out the door and be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Cool.
You still him at the end of the day.
You learn. You know what I'm saying? Because after the shit that failed, I learned, like, all right, let's not do that then. Let's tweak it and do this. And then the next opportunity came. Now I'm making money from it. Like, cool.
No, that's a term. It's paralysis of analysis. So you overthink something so much to where you can't even move. You're just stuck. You know, and I see a lot of people that just go through the motions at work or going to the store or getting gas or whatever. And if you're stuck in a rut, you got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but people don't want to stop doing those routines. They just
Because if you keep doing the same thing, you're gonna keep getting the same results.
Right.
yeah. But I think for some people, if my result keeps my head above water,
Yeah,
it's
that's
cool.
okay.
Like,
They're
I don't need
content.
it. Yeah, some people are content. Like even though you should be standing on top of water or standing on land, as long as I can breathe.
Like I'm
it's cool.
surviving, so I'm
Yeah.
good.
So
You know what I'm
do
saying?
that, man, and that's why you can't.
But
get
it's
nowhere.
like you don't want a little bit more.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
like I said, man, like I look at things different, and that's another topic. Don't get me wrong, I watch content, so I have things that I watch and I learn from. But one of the topics that was that I researched and I ended up finding out was basically cats like Nipsey Hussle or Kobe or Jordan you mentioned. The reason why cats look up to them is because you can't touch them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But think about it. They got content. So all that content and all those interviews and how they move is captured on video, and now you can go and reference those interviews or reference that play that captures the essence of winning. You know what I'm saying? So, but without them even attempting to try to put themselves out there, none of this content would have been captured. So you gotta create something that's gonna allow people to say, you know what, he inspired me to do something more than just my normal routine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So same thing like Nipsey. I wasn't really huge on his music, but once I started watching his interviews and kind of getting in his
See what he's
mindset,
about.
yeah, and like understanding, like again, I mentioned Master P. Product always talent. These cats have products. You know what I'm saying? Like the marathon. When you see the marathon, you instantly think of Nipsey. You know what I'm
Think of
saying?
hard work and dedication.
Yeah, you see how he turned himself into a brand.
Yeah.
And then from that, from him marketing his music, now he has a brand like the marathon, and then the collabs with Puma. It's just
Yeah, but I say all that, it comes down to the network that he built.
yeah.
So the network is very, very strong and stuff like that. Like it's
If it starts with you, you have to get out of your own head.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you personally don't break down that wall, jump over that wall, dig a hole to go under that wall, you're not going to get around it.
Now it's great that we're on this topic. What made you want to do the BBC podcast?
I think us obviously always getting motivated by other content creators, but
And then-
us seeing content and just like what the, like I don't know, honestly not to diss nobody out there and like that. And like obviously we ain't the greatest, we ain't, like, you know what I'm saying, we just being the best that we can be. But we seen other people and it was like, man, like we would have done this and like we would have got this result instead of them doing that. I'm like, I think we can do this. Literally, just seeing people that
Like, nah, I would have told them that. I would have told
Yeah,
them this instead
yeah.
of like, I wouldn't have went that hard.
I felt our opinions were actually like too strong. I was like, and then some stuff like, okay, I agree with that. Or I would have did it this way. Or I would have did the show this way instead. So I was just like, man, you know what? Instead of keep on talking about it, just be about it. Like, fuck it. What we got to lose?
And then
Some
we,
money.
we always get people that ask for advice anyway
Yeah, we always
in
get
our
advice
normal
anyway,
lives. So it's
yeah.
like, well, fuck it. Let's
Yeah, so
actually
why not?
use this shit to, like you said, create some shit.
Yeah, so you guys normally encounter these kinds of conversations,
Yeah, all the time.
and then you're like, man, we need to actually like
Because it's
Make-
crazy.
create
because,
a podcast
But
from
yeah,
it.
but what we're looking at is like, man, like what we speak about, people relate about. We seen content like, man, we talk about that too. Like, so it's just a man, like, you know what? We'll just share what we do.
Because go ahead.
And like at the end, like go back to like what he said about like being scared to invest and stuff like that. At the end of the day, how we looked at it, we got a 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying? Like this podcast ain't just our only thing. Like we got a job, we got work that we do to make an income. So at the end of the day, we looked at it like this is an investment. At the end of the day, only thing that can do is just, all right, we lost out on some money, but we still got our 9 to 5s and we still living.
And quick question: do you enjoy it as well?
Oh yeah, for sure,
See?
for sure.
So it's not even work. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
hobby as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah, a big investment, especially like sharing that like actually opening up people's like mindsets though. Like a lot of people come through here and like obviously like the after hour stuff with the ladies and stuff. How a lot of the way these girls think and like we actually showing them and teaching them some stuff that they don't have no dads, no brothers, cousins ain't putting them up on game. Like, hey, like the dude was playing you, or you're setting yourself up like this. You're making your image look like this, and the girls be like,
giving them some game.
I didn't think about
like
that.
when you get their eyes to open up and they're actually learning something, it's like, oh shit. Because we've had numerous guests on here that be like, you know what, like I didn't know that. Like, but now that you got how you guys told me, I've been told before, but how you guys told me, I get it. Like, it makes sense. I actually learned something from being on here.
You know what I'm learning too is the more you believe in it, like the more you believe in your product and the more you believe in what you're creating, the more it like comes off of you. You know what I'm saying? So like with Scout Fragrance, right? We're starting it. We're doing our interviews. I got the stickers. We're making merch, and got the website. And now people are coming up to me like, "Hey, what about this?" Or I went to your website. Can you add, I want this fragrance or so the more the whole law of attraction. Yeah. So the more you put it out there and you there's a term too. I read a lot. I nerd out on this stuff. So it says don't pull punches. You got to really say, hey, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like Keith is a content creator. He's a vlog. He's a videographer. Right. I have Scout Fragrance. I am the fragrance. We want to bring the best.
Be your brand.
The best fragrance reviews online. Yeah. That's the goal. Is to make content that's fragrance related, and pretty much like all the other content creators that create fragrance aren't doing it like us. They're just sitting in front of a camera. We're actually going out there talking to people. It's not scripted. You know what I'm saying? Like we're really trying to create content, and we're in a great market. We're in LA.
You're getting unscripted,
real world reviews.
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like that's part of our shit too. That like we authentic, no matter how big as this podcast can get. Like we keep it like straight,
keep it 100,
100, like all the time. We ain't too big for nobody's shit. Like we want to show love to like everybody. Like you said, like we seen like we got JP doing like the in-house reactions. Like we actually trying to show like some love to like upcoming like artists that like normally can't get on the radio and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Share whatever connections and network that we have. We're letting them come on our platform to use it to push their music out and get stuff out like that too. Like we're doing the King's Table for the actual men that actually just want to tune in to some shit that has nothing to do with the ladies or anything like that. Like we do cover money, financing, and whatever stuff like that, like relationships and stuff like that. But it's just men's talk. We just here talking amongst men,
trying to get game advice to everybody.
And if it has anything to do, obviously, like it has to come down to the entertainment. Yeah, we do have the ladies here for the after show, and that's just a different part of it. But we trying to cover everything. So,
like I said, man, I appreciate it, and product always talent. I'm gonna say it again and again. Product always talent. Like if you have a product and you feel strongly about it, you have got to put it out there. You can't sit on it. People are not mind readers. Okay, if you're not about it, then it ain't gonna happen. So
it goes back to that old saying: "Closed mouths don't get fed."
Right.
Say it.
Like I said, we like Nipsey. We love Kobe. We love Jordan. These cats went hard. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like they went after it. And that's what we connect.
They moved like they believed in their brand. Man, I didn't even know until recently, until I actually saw the Air movie. Man, I didn't know that like when Jordan did the deal with his mom, that Jordan told his mom told Nike like, so not only do you guys when you guys sign my son wants a portion of every shoe you sell. I didn't know he got that as a rookie. I had to watch the movie just to get. I was like,
he gets a percentage.
He said of every shoe that you sell, and then
that's from when he signed till now.
And the dude kept asking, like, I mean, that's cool, but like, your son is a rookie. Like, why would we do that? And she said, I promise you, my son is gonna go hard as he can. Every single time he wins an MVP, every single time he's in an All-Star game or anything like that, he is going to make this shoe. You guys are just creating the shoe. He is the shoe.
Yeah.
So it was just like, damn.
You gotta go hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we resonate with. You know what I'm saying? When we watch football games, how many cats like football?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or baseball, or
any
or
type
basketball,
of sport, man.
or
man, competition is like it thrives you and it builds you up because at the end of the day, a team has to be the best every year.
When a cat is going hard,
and if you're part of that team, like it just pushes you.
You see Pat Mahomes, and he has that willpower just to try and like will the team to win. Like he's just like, no matter if they're down, and he's like, nah, man, we're gonna go out here and make this happen. That's what we resonate with. So that's how you have to be about your business. But if you're you're clammed up and your posture and your bigger, better, your confidence is low, work on that. You know what I'm saying? And figure out what lane you want to create for yourself or what lane you want to drive down and go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because like we just talked about, life is short.
Yeah. So real quick, can you guys share any type of knowledge or experience where you tried to network and it wasn't the right deal?
Go ahead.
Okay, so my thing is
Like so far doing this, have you networked to somebody like, man, I try to get a connection on this type of perfume or this type of scent and he didn't pull through? You know what I'm saying? Obviously they didn't do what they said they were gonna do.
sometimes, like, okay, you have content creators, and sometimes you hear them say like, oh, you know, we're you do run into this thing where cats get so big, or they don't want to work with the cats that are up and coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna name names, obviously, but you have cats, that create content, and you're like, hey, like, what do you think, or give me some feedback, or just you don't even have to, you don't even have to put me on
critique it for me. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to put me on your YouTube channel or your stories or whatever, but at least give me something, like give me some kind of
opinion or advice, comment, statement,
just
something.
Some kind of feedback.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell they're just like, it's just
I'll
the
let
thumbs
you
up
know.
or and but you know what I've learned? I've learned that that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I love this chapter because this is where it all starts. You gotta go through this portion of it to get to the other side. Okay. But
and then think about when you blow,
exactly,
that person's gonna come back and be like, hey, can you put me on?
But not just that. If people want to,
all of a sudden,
if people are up and coming, that's the thing that you hear. When you blow up, you're gonna be the same way, or don't forget where you came from. Yeah. And that's my goal too. I know the channel's gonna go where it needs to go. I just got to continue to do the work and do the research and put the pieces together. But when somebody who's up and coming comes to me, or Keith, we've already talked about that too. Like, we want to help cats out along the way as well. Like, if we get a viral video, and I'm not naming names, but we've had people that I know that have a following, and I'm like, hey, just do a video with us, and we'll edit it, and it'll be good, and you can put your touch on it, and
cold shoulder.
Damn,
crickets.
Cold shoulder.
Yeah, people we know.
Yeah,
we know.
Man. Yeah, that's all right though.
Yeah. And we make pretty wholesome content. Like, it's not. We're not trying to make.
I don't know who you are, but you're an asshole for that.
My whole thing is like I said, like, it's just one hand washes the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
there's no reason to burn bridges.
No, I mean.
No, but I get what they're saying, because like some people be up on their high and they be like, like, I'm already here. I ain't gonna need y'all. Y'all down there.
Y'all ain't there yet.
I'm degrading to help y'all out. Like,
we in the C club, they in the A club.
No, matter of fact, let me speak up on that real quick. So like, and shout out to Sterling Cooper, man. Like, we only had like 3K subs, I think. Like, at the time, I don't even think we have had 4. And I just reached out to him. I'm like, man, I'm gonna reach out to these content creators and just see if he'll come do the show. And shit, he didn't respond to DM till like 2 months later or something like that. But actually, when he responded, he's like, man, I'm like, he actually lives overseas. He lives in Europe. So he was actually like, oh man, sorry man, I've been busy going around tour, doing different podcasts and stuff like that. But I'm coming to the States on this day and this day. Where you guys located? I saw location. We in Southern California. Everything cool. So this is the date, man. Such and such, December 10th. I'm gonna be in Vegas. Can I be on your show December 13th? I'll be there. Can you have some girls on the show for me this day, this and all that? No, he has 250K subs. Wow! Like he did not and didn't even charge us. He did not have to come down.
He pulled up himself.
He drove
all the way to another state.
Yeah. So he's like, he drove from Vegas, came here, knocked the show out with some girls and stuff like that. Man, cool dude, knocked everything out. He even, like, cause he's real cool with the Tate brothers. He's like their best friends. So they had just got locked up at the time. He shared all the information with us about them getting locked up, what was going on, everything like that. Filled us in, man.
Yeah, go watch the episode.
Told us anytime, man, hit us up. Like, you ever need anything like that? Every single time, like to this day, if I tag him in some of his old content and I post it up, he reposted on his page.
Yeah, see, that's
Like,
what
he don't have to do none of that.
And he don't have to
shit,
do
you know what I'm
none
saying?
of that stuff, man.
He cool enough to do it.
But he
There's
came
no
through
reason
and
to be
he
an
did.
asshole into
it's cool.
you know what I'm saying?
Some people understand the struggle, the
Yeah,
grind. You know?
but on top of it too, that gave us like vision from that. Then he's like, man, he's like, I watched a little bit of you guys' content. You guys are cool. Like, I think same thing. Like, I keep on telling you guys all the time. It's like, you guys just need to get found. Like, so when you guys get found, it'll be cool, and I don't mind doing your show. Yeah. So he came through. He just showed me he did not have to do that at all. Like, to the extent that he went through, I was just like, damn. Like, he
And the extent he still does, like to this day, he'll still repost our shit.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah, and he got a name. Like,
No, I think you know, I was in the car business for 13 years. I sold cars.
You were?
And yeah, of course. Now, I've learned that when I used to be in that business and I would interview people or husband and wife or they had businesses or ran credit and all that stuff, and I would get into, you know, their business, so to speak. A lot of times, it's that work. You know what I mean? Like, they put in the work and they get to this point where other doors open up, and it's really based on your character. You are who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can make adjustments, but for the most part, it's your upbringing, how you were raised, who influenced you, and your own character. But there does come a point where you put in the work, and the work pays off. And I've seen that time and time again. You know, these successful people, they put in the work. You know, I know real estate agents. I know my baby mama. Shout out to her, Samantha. She's been dealing with property management for over 20 years. She got in that business at 19, and she manages a really high end property. And you know, my son works for the company that, you know, she's trying to get him involved in that. But it's 20 years of work. It's not like it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she got to where she's at on accident. You know, she found a lane and then she stuck with it. So, and then again, I read a lot, I research, but Dan Kennedy, dynamic marketing, Russell Brunson making the funnels. These guys don't just happen overnight. They literally find a product and then they milk it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go after it. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Jordan and Nipsey. You know these guys for their
Work ethic.
For their work. Yeah, and how they presented the product, how they packaged it. You know what I'm saying? But it was work to get to it was work to get it to that point.
So real quick, like, since you actually mentioned these people for your individual states, like, who, I guess you can say on a, or whether it could be a family member or like that, who inspires you to put in the work? Like right now, where you at? Like, you got a goal, and who motivates you? Whose music can you listen to?
Currently, this guy right here, man. My God, Eric. But one of the, you know, Kobe was one of the guys I really looked up to as a child and everything.
Okay.
You know, his work ethic, dedication, the Mamba mentality. That's what he, you know, just named the shit, Mamba mentality. So Kobe was one of the guys, and then I got some family like my brother. Shout out Brandon.
Okay.
Older brother.
Okay.
You know, he was always working for the family, like ever since 15 years old, 16 years, double jobs, and you know, going out his way for my mom, the whole paychecks given to my mother. You know what I'm saying, for rent after, you know, slaving 2 jobs, going to sleep on the freeway. So
that's what's up.
So you know, them people right there.
Yeah.
I've seen I have family members that have been really successful, that worked at Fortune 500 companies. You know, my grandmother, rest in peace, she was a nurse for 30 some odd years, worked at Loma Linda, worked hard. I have aunts and you know, my dad worked hard. But I've seen, being in the car business, I've seen where the work can get you, and then when you arm yourself with the knowledge, how you can leverage it. So I have a saying: utilize the job to invest in what your aspirations are. So don't just get so caught up in the job. Figure out how you want to leverage the job to invest in something like what you're doing, like a podcast, or a fragrance company, or a T-shirt company, or you want to create your own shoe. You know, there's a cat on Instagram, G Styles, and he had Wallow on his rocking one of his shoes. But have a job or have some sort of income that you can leverage it and get it into your own thing. Because that's really the goal, is to have your own thing, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put yourself in a vulnerable position where you're literally just working for somebody. Yeah. Not knocking anybody that
building
does.
someone else's dream, dog. That's what you're doing.
But yeah, like I've seen cats that have real estate companies and it's really how far you want to take it. But again, the more you get into that, the more you have to learn. Yeah. Because there's rules to the games that are applied. You know what I'm saying? And I have some aspirations and things I'm working towards, and but while I'm working towards those things, I want to provide value at the same time. But I've seen the other side of it, but it's work.
Like real quick, obviously, I know the niche, the new internet, the social media. Everyone's goal is to be their own boss someday, sometime. Yeah. But at the same time, like we just spoke about it, there's nothing wrong with moving up the ladder at Amazon or whatever it is like that to get it done. Like,
absolutely.
Can you guys share, like, obviously you guys are still in the work field, like how you could leverage networking within your own job where you have to get in a better position?
So I've learned, again, I reference Wallow and Master P and Kobe and it's just because I read and I really listen to what these cats are saying. But Wallow had this saying. He says, I need this from you. How can I help, you? So meaning like if you're asking, value? Yeah, it's like, so say I'm like, hey, I really need your help with something. What can I do to help you? Mm-hmm. So that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have that network, or you got to have that. You got to provide value too. You can't just be going on with your hand out.
Like help you.
How can you do that at a 9 to 5? How can you do that at a warehouse? How could you do that?
You said climbing up the ladder, right?
Yeah.
So like experience. So like if you have the control over like 50 people and become the supervisor. Okay. And so when you get your own company, you might have a team of workers or whatever. So you
already know how to manage.
You got that experience from that 9 to 5 and grow up that ladder, and then you know how you got discipline with punctuality and know how to clock in. And on time, be on time. So you already dedicated yourself towards somebody else's dream. You should be able to, transition that into your own.
I'm gonna say when you I'm gonna get real specific because you asked a very specific question. How can somebody do that at a job like a Amazon or a UPS or Coca-Cola or just a job? You got your 9 to 5 job. The way you do it is you treat that job like it's your company, and you don't call off. You show up early. Okay. You have your shirt tucked in, or your grooming, everything. You read the actual company requirements, and you don't just show up and go through the motions. Yeah. Show up and actually do the work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like really.
You don't know who's on that work field at the time. 'Cause at times when I worked, I did show my ass. I did, didn't tuck in my shirt. But
you showed up for the check.
But when I did, certain people come to me and ask me certain questions. And I met certain people through just my attire and how I carried myself.
And then you never know who's watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, pick up a shift for somebody.
Who's who.
Yeah,
you could be busting your ass and the fucking owner be there and like, this motherfucker.
We got a whole nother site somewhere.
He's just a shipper?
More money.
He just pulls products? Let me talk to him. And then all of a sudden, bow, hey, man, now you his assistant. Like,
exactly.
Shit.
I'll say this too, like, I think it's really important. You touched on finances, but say you have a job. You got a 9 to 5 cat. And you're struggling or whatever, focus on your finances, because the more money you put away and you really grind and you hustle and you put your head down for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year, then it more or less like it's easier to come in because now your grooming's on point. You could buy a fragrance from Scout Fragrance.
Shout out.
No, but
innocent plug.
Drop it. Here we go. Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, think about it. You got a little money put up, right? So then when you come in to work, your swag is different, Yeah. You got $30,000 in your 401k. Or so, I'm not saying any numbers. I'm just using it as an example. But I'm saying you put some money up, you get yourself your car is fixed up, your credit is getting on point. You taking your wife out to Vegas for a little trip. You got, you're showing up to work on time. All those things play a factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then you getting your finances together, you're showing up on time, your swag is going to be different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then
your confidence is different.
You're confident, bigger, better confidence. And then when your money comes up and you want to invest in a fragrance company or a podcast, or you're going to start doing workout videos. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what comes next is you get the finances, you get your health, you get your relationships. It all works together. So the cat who's just doing the 9 to 5, invest in yourself, invest in your education, invest in your finances, because then it's going to take the load off of you when it comes to, if you're just struggling to pay bills, then you got to make some adjustments, whether you're drinking or smoking.
That's
or,
what I was going to say.
living check to check.
Real quick, can you share 3 ways how you save money, like you individually, how you keep your shit straight? Like, what are 3 habits that you do?
I would say, well, go ahead.
I would say cooking. That's one way. I do meal preps.
So you don't go out that much? You don't eat out much?
No, I don't eat out
Really?
much. Yeah.
On a more of a healthy note reason, or because
It's a healthy note reason, but it's financially. Like, go to Costco, you could get a lot of protein there.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cooking both.
You shop smarter, basically.
Yeah, shop a little smarter. That's one of the ways I do it. And then don't make cut out bad habits if you can.
Like what example?
Alcohol, weed, cigarettes. If you're that's I used to drink and spend a lot of cash because I used to go to the store, right, and every now and then buy a shot or this and that. But that accumulate. I looked at my statement, bank statements over time. I'm spending $400 a month on fucking liquor. Instead, I could go buy a big bottle at Costco or something. That was another way. And then third way, shit, start you a Roth like my guy talked about, RII, and make some proper investments.
Okay.
Well, the cool thing, Keith, he has another business now. So now he has his job, and then he also does video content creation. That's another stream. So adding another stream is not a bad thing. Now, granted, I get it. Like, when you're starting a company, you got to put out a lot of capital. But
It takes money to make money.
It takes, and that's a fact. Whether it's through education or your network or, getting a loan, however you have to do it. But yeah, money makes money if you invest it. You know what I'm saying? And key word, investing it, not just blowing it. Investing in an asset or a product that's going to have a return at some point down the road, even if it's a long-term investment. But for me personally, I think the 401k is a good thing. So I contribute not a penny less than 10%. I was at 14, 15, 16%, close to 20%. I had to scale it back because I'm investing in Scout Fragrance, obviously. But the 401k is a great benefit. Being mindful of your spending, and that's another thing. Having a business or having something you're working towards, you will think twice about spending money on just whatever. You know what I mean? Just like how we're wearing we want to wear our own merch,
our own shit.
right? Why are you spending all this money on Nike? And
I always look at it, man, like shit, like we wearing other people's last names. Yeah, that's how we look
Making other people rich.
My whole thing, it's like, who is that benefiting?
Them.
And then another thing too is having a uniform.
And on top of that, man, I'm gonna say, man, a lot of motherfuckers do it all the time, man. Like, we spending too much time and worrying about impressing other people. Well, I'm gonna say, broke people like to impress other broke people, and it don't make no sense. Like, if their income
ain't as broke as you,
like say if you only make $50K and you got a homie that makes 75 and he can spend a little bit more, you want to wear what he wears, but at the end of the day, y'all don't make $100K, so like y'all flossing Gucci's last name on top of Gucci's last name, like what is the point of that? I don't understand.
Above your means, right?
Yeah, man, like we trying to impress each other, and y'all still all live in the same village. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, that part of that too is again just the mindset and knowing that what do you need it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
And saying no, that's a big one. Saying no to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, just like I said, when you have a business, when you figure out what lane you're trying to create for yourself, you literally, it's like, I have finance, things that come up. We all have situations that present themselves to us when it comes to finances. Sometimes you gotta say no. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a call for something, I'm like, I can't do it right now. You know what I mean? Because I'm focused on what I'm trying to do. And not to say that I won't help later on or whatever the case may be, but you gotta just buckle down. But the 401k, not having bad habits. You know, I used to dip. I chew tobacco. I cut that out. I don't really drink. I used to entertain, you know, the girls and go
I'll
out.
tell guys right there right now, man. That
Yeah,
shit
man,
get expensive,
yeah.
man.
Hell
It
Real
look good
quick.
to be out with a different lady every now and then, at a different restaurant, man. But like you said, man, go back and look at them statements.
Yeah, go back and check the
Man.
yeah.
That,
but-
that eating out shit too. I
yeah,
got that
eating
shit
out.
bad.
Yeah, eating out is.
DoorDash is my friend.
Oh
Yeah, for real. They stay on.
I
Boy,
Nigga, Taco Bell is right around the corner to me,
you got to
and I
link.
DoorDash that bitch.
You got to link.
I can literally walk there.
that's why I started doing calling. Got to do the calling and go.
But
pick
see,
it up
that
yourself.
that defeats the
But
laziness.
it's no wait though.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so you
true.
can drive and pick up.
You got to link David Bach. He has an interview with the Breakfast Club. David Bach, DavidBach, and he has several books out. One of them is called The Latte Factor, and he talks about how people get it twisted when they hear the latte factor. Oh, that means you can't drink Starbucks and you're gonna save $5 a day and become a millionaire. No, it's not. People, it's not that simple. It's more of the psychology behind saving the $5 or setting up a Roth IRA and the benefits that will come with that. Because say if you save a certain amount of money and then an investment opportunity presents itself, well, now you can jump on it. But if you don't have that money saved and that same investment opportunity presents itself, it's like not having the opportunity at all because you're not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to David Bach. That interview is on the Breakfast Club. It's the Latte Factor. Breakfast Club, David Bach. Google it, look it up. It's on YouTube. But watching him and then combining that with just common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like put some money away. If you need roommates, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like cats want to have their own place, and they want to they want to be grown. There's a lot that comes with being grown. You know, having kids and you know they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Having your healthcare insurance. There's just so much that comes with that. So having your priorities together, having a plan, having a vision, getting your education and researching this stuff, and we're literally giving you gems right here, right now. Like, just Google it, look it up. How do I get my finances in order? What can I do? How do I get out of debt? What's a business that I can start? And then just start. And then you learn as you go, and then you get better. It's just like with anything. Like we talked about sports. Kobe didn't become Kobe overnight. You know what I'm saying? But he put in the work. So the more you learn how to save, you get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Once you start. So, but you got to start somewhere.
Okay. And I say, lastly, what will it be? Where we already have to go through the year. So
July.
What are your individual goals for this year? I know you guys just started in the middle of the year, but by December, like, where do you want Thorough to be? Where do you want a Scout to be? With your networking, like in your mind right now, I'm networking my ass off right now, and I feel by December I'm gonna be here.
Well, for me personally, I want to create the best content I can when it comes to the fragrance reviews. I want to up the inventory on Scout Fragrance. I'm not really looking at like concrete numbers. I would love to get 1,000 subscribers and then jump that number to 10,000 subscribers and then jump it up to 20,000 subscribers. That's coming. And but just having the merch, having the website, putting more inventory on there, and just creating really good content, man. Like you know how you have like it's like you can see it in your mind's eye.
Yeah, you just gotta get to it.
Yeah,
I know it's already in your head. But
like how did when you came up with this? Like how did you see it? Like even the color, even down to the color scheme.
Like, honestly, it started like with one wall. Like I looked at one wall and was just like, and it was like, like bit by bit, like literally like this whole room got put together, man. Like within like a few weeks, like at a time.
We'll add something new here and there.
And just,
like even down to the
and to sit back and like I already knew like the camera's gonna go here, another angle is gonna go here. We'll sit here. The TVs, the monitors will go up here. Like the vision is like already there. It's just applying to it and just looking at it, adding to it. Like,
but you kind of had to see it first,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then we still have a vision for the future too. So it's just,
this even more like you guys see from the last time you guys came in. Like we got a waiting room now. Like so, like and it's different. Like now,
So like if you came with someone, they could chill in there if they didn't want to be
the
on
whole
the
and
podcast.
the vibe is whole different, man. We got a whole electronics and shit like that.
I another thing I read is money is made intentionally.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Money is not made accidentally. So, not to say that you can't find, not to say that that's not always.
There's a
the
rare.
case.
It happens.
It can.
It's a needle in the haystack.
It's
type
a needle
shit,
in the hay,
but everyday life it don't work. Like
money is made intentionally. Merch is made intentionally. Content is made intentionally. Creating this platform is made intentionally. You had to.
Yeah, I had already seen it.
Yeah, you had to like. So that's the same thing with me and Scout Fragrance. It's like I intentionally want to create the content, and I want the content to stand on its own and be the driving force.
You can see your own vision.
Yeah, like you see.
Yeah. So it's like the better the content, the more we're out there, the more we're interviewing people. Because think about it, right? The more we interview people, the more they're gonna talk about it for us as well. So it's like you guys got the same concept.
Yeah.
The more interviews you have, the more people are gonna. Hey, you know what? I was on the BBC podcast. Go check it out. So they're sharing it for you, and that's a similar concept with Scout Fragrance. The more interviews I can conduct, and the same thing with my man Keith. Like the more content he's editing. People have already started to reach out, like, hey, like I'm sure you get cats reaching out to you, like, hey, can you help me chop up this, or how do I've asked you stuff like, how do you put that watermark on, or that YouTube short on my, like, how do I do that? And you're like, oh man, it's just like, and you have to figure it out. So, the more we do it, the more reps we get in, so to speak, the better the content gets, and then the more we learn, and then, that the following that tends to come with it.
Yeah.
So, what would you say?
Just I want consistency. You know what I'm saying, and stay disciplined. Because motivation that can go away. You know what I'm saying. That's what I learned. Motivation. You could wake up one day, have all the drive in the world, and you could jog 100 miles, right? But that 100 miles don't count for tomorrow. So you need to save some of that. I say motivation, discipline. I just want my product to have quality behind it and inspire people. For health, fitness, and just have bigger, better confidence. I want to put that out there on the market. I want to, what would Jesus do type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to heal people. I want to create this some Beetlejuices, some things I'm whooping up in the kitchen.
Keith's content, his the lane that he's creating is a great lane because he's going to go towards the health. And he's working out, and we've already talked
some clean supplements for people.
Hey, shit, you already know what BBC stand for, man. We could do a collab to let me know.
I'm ready.
I'm all about helping pushing it.
No,
the working out and getting
so
in
I
the
just
gym.
want consistency and consistent growth with the with my vision, with my content and with my social media.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what I'm saying. You got Mike Tyson on the shirt, right? You talk about confidence.
Trying to be like the bigger, better podcast, dog.
No, the cat had to work out. Like, what did he say? He worked out. You gotta act like you love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it like you love it. You could be hating it, working out and grinding, but think about it.
He wasn't accidentally the best.
It was intentional. Exactly. Like he worked out. He may have a different view of it looking back.
Yeah.
But while he was in it, he was trying to get it, and that's what we
confidence at his.
I mean, if you pay attention and you watch the interviews he does, he even speaks negatively on his boxing career because he said he don't like the person he had to become that big. Yeah. But sometimes you got to change shit up to elevate.
You got to go after it. You can maybe again like his mindset's different, but look where he's at. You can change. But he had to do what he had to do to get to where he's at. So, and I'm not knocking anybody for look at the Jay-Z's, right? They talked about it in Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. He made that joke. Don't sell drugs. Hove already did that. And they all these references that they make in their music, it's entertainment, but we don't really know the whole story behind it. But essentially, you got to go hard to get where you're trying to go, and then once you get there, your character will determine if you're gonna be a jerk and not help people along the way, or if your character is that of which, hey, you know what, I'm gonna help this young cat who's coming up.
They say it really just brings out who you are as you grow financially and everything. It just brings out
your true self.
Yeah. Very true.
I mean, we even in the kind of the genre we're in, we've seen people take that, they'll get blow up, take that asshole route, and now they're not here no more.
Yeah.
They got canceled.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it.
They're trying to switch platforms to recoup that shit that they lost, and it just don't work. So it's not good to be the asshole. Be humble.
I think it boils down to just like I said, like man, just do the right thing, work hard, put out good content, have good products that you believe in, and just
If you have a good product, it'll sell itself.
yeah, man. Like, but go hard though, you know.
Yeah.
Like go like I said, Jordan. You know that shot Ray Allen in Miami when they
Man,
like
to this
those
day,
cats
like,
went hard.
I could watch that shit get the chills though, man. I done seen that play so many times.
I love it. I
And
love
think about it. The flu game. That nigga had a flu.
yeah.
100 and something temperature.
Jordan.
And he still played the championship.
I had like
Still
60
won.
points. I guess.
I watched that. Going back to that Ray Allen shot though. That shot I send to my son here and there, like I'll remind him of it.
Yeah.
But that shot with Ray Allen and Chris Bosh got the rebound and kick it out to him.
Yeah.
It shows like how locked in they were. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I love.
Yeah, but I'll take that back to sum it up real quick. It's just like all he needed was the opportunity, and he executed because he was ready.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Put in those reps.
Put in the reps, and the biggest game.
And then when he got in
of his life.
And then when he had the chance to showcase those reps,
and it was there.
he knocked it down.
I remember when they broke it down. They showed the velocity that he shot it at, where his toes are at,
and
how it came right off his hand and went at a direct angle. Like they're like
it was perfect.
Like the percentage chances of him making that shit was like very, very slim at that angle.
And they had talked about how they took out. I think they took out Tim Duncan because they wanted. They didn't realize that they needed a cat to have a rebound.
Yeah.
So Chris Bosh was in the perfect position.
Yeah, got it.
Ray Allen had the wherewithal to back up and
that's what I said, foot by the line,
Yeah.
and actually execute it.
So that's the thing. Getting the reps in. You feel me? Like
because you never know
off camera.
Yeah,
That's
because you
right.
never
he
know
got
when the
the-
opportunity comes,
Exactly.
man. Just be ready and execute.
Exactly. No, he got the reps in off camera. So
Cool.
shout out to Ray Allen.
And lastly, you see, you got this product on the table.
Yeah, man. So
I ain't gonna let you leave without.
let me really talk into the mic. So this is the
It looks fancy.
Harim Al Sultan. We did a fragrance review. Go run up the numbers on that YouTube clip on our channel.
YouTube,
clip.
Instagram, run it up.
Run that
Scout
clip
Fragrance.
up.
It's on all platforms.
How's TikTok working for y'all? Y'all like it or not?
It's working cool.
cool.
I post something that got almost like 1,000 views instantly, maybe like 45 seconds.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're really trying to push it.
Are you guys on it?
We on there, but it's like,
Yeah.
like honestly, for me, that like something that like I keep up consistently, and I'm shocked that it works like the way like that. Is like Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Like I could throw any reel up on Facebook in like less than like an hour. It'll get 1,000 like this.
I think it's the audience on Facebook.
I don't know. It's crazy because like we don't have that many followers on Facebook, and I get like I'm gonna say it like 10 times more the views than our followers. It gets shared a lot. Like they share a lot of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta try Facebook too.
Yeah.
We're not on Facebook.
Cover
We're on
them all.
TikTok,
No,
You'll be
Instagram.
surprised.
Yeah.
It
Cover
actually
it all.
pops on Facebook.
Cover it all, man.
Yeah, we gotta start touching on. Well, we are on the all platforms, even that new one, Threads. But it just so happened. So again, being Scout Fragrance, right?
Yeah.
People have been asking me about this fragrance.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let me try and get it. And got my hands on it, and it smells really
Smells
good.
though.
Yeah, it smells really. Look, I got the little dabber and all this. Look, this is the real stuff. So
And it's not your typical cologne. It's oil based.
yeah, it's oil based.
So
you
you
can
don't need
kind of
as much.
see it. But yeah,
And it lasts.
yeah, it's really good.
It's a
So
unique fragrance.
Yeah,
Sure.
For sure.
yeah, I'm gonna. I'm thinking about actually bottling this up and having the samples on the Scout Fragrance website. So if you do see it,
Is that
and you'll
gonna
have-
are you gonna bottle it differently, or is that
I'll
gonna
probably
be
bottle
sprayed?
it in the rollerball form.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it's oil based, I don't want to dilute it.
Yeah.
That's like another thing. I try to make sure it's authentic, but run our numbers up on this video. Help us get 1,000 subscribers.
For real, yo,
Run
see
it
'em,
run
shout
it
out.
up, and our content is pretty wholesome. It's pretty good. And we got more coming. So I ordered that Cupid fragrance. So there's a fragrance that has pheromones in
Shout
it.
out to I seen this video. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to this.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, you're gonna see it. There's a company that has called Cupid, and they make a fragrance that's supposed to have pheromones and it's supposed to attract the
opposite
ladies and
sex.
all this.
Yeah.
So that's coming. So stay with us, like I said, and let's get it. Scout Fragrance.
Tap in, follow the movement.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
And then one more time, man, drop you guys' handles, man, so
I'm
they
at
can find you.
Thoroughbred LLC. I just started. Go like, comment, subscribe, follow me on the journey. And we have Scout Fragrance, all platforms. I'm doing the production, and I'm doing the editing. You know, follow us, man,
That's
on
what's
this
up, man.
journey, man. It's love, respect, and we're going hard, man.
Yeah, we going hard. So yeah, Scout Fragrance.
Shout
Go
out
to the
Scout
website, go to the YouTube, run it up. Go to the website and buy a decant. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. You're gonna like the travel factor. Before you get into the club or the bar or work, you get to spray some on. Look, bow, travel size.
He has a pocket already ready to go.
Boom. There it is. You spray yourself. The cat that sprays at home isn't gonna smell as
Now
fresh.
it's only half a month left.
No, the cat that sprays before he leaves the crib isn't gonna be as fresh as you because you got yours in your backpack or in your car.
You already ready to go?
You're gonna have that fresh factor.
See,
I'm
right
telling
there.
you, that shit comes in handy because there's been times I'll forget my bottle of cologne. Like,
You don't want to bring
I was-
your big bottle. You
I
wanna
would say
bring
this,
something
man.
like
I don't know. I'll make a slogan like, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
yeah.
I'll keep that up right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Exactly.
Travel
friendly.
right there because you already with it. It's already
Exactly.
with you. Yeah, but shout out to these guys right here, man. Make sure to follow them, man. Let's run their followers up, show the support and everything. And trust me, like where they're at right now, they're gonna go. They're gonna go up because I ain't letting them sleep. Eric, no, 3 a.m. Texas
No, I
all
don't
the time,
sleep.
man. I'm
No
on.
sleep. No sleep.
Yes,
All right, man. BBC, we out.